There's no belt for you.
Great. Not only is this humiliating, it is unsafe. Dude, I'm too fat for the seatbelt, man.
I'm Gabe. This is Adam. This is Seth. We're going to see the Avengers. Well, that's anticlimactic, isn't it?
Has everybody here already seen like all the movies leading up to the Avengers movies? I've seen Captain America, I've seen Thor, and both of the Iron Man movies.
So I'm the only person here who's seen all five?
You are the only person who's seen them all. For the record, I have seen all of them but the Hulk, but at the same time, Edward Norton's not even in it, so...
I like the Hulk movie, I really did, but it was so long ago, I don't think it's going to have anything to do with this guy, really.
Which Hulk movie?
The one with Edward Norton. Not that Eric Bana shit.
I've seen the one with Edward Norton.
It's the fucking Hulk. Who cares? You know what his story is? Hulk smash! That's the Hulk's backstory.
I'm going to tell you guys
all you need.
That I hated the Edward Norton Hulk movie.
You did?
Really?
Yeah, it's like, hey guys, there's this green monster, and the more you shoot at him, and the more you drive Humvees over mountains and jump it, and the more extreme it gets, the more bad he gets. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to increase the firepower in every scene.
Let's look at this honestly. The entire pre-Avengers catalog hasn't exactly thrived on logic and reason.
So do the Spider-Man movies have anything to do with this?
I don't think they do yet. I think that's why they're remaking Spider-Man.
Christopher Nolan's Batman? Does that have anything to do with it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that is core to the mythology.
Yeah. You won't get any of the Christian Bale cameos. Like, that won't make any sense to you.
Have you seen Terminator Salvation? That's key as well.
What about Thor? What was everybody's vibe on Thor?
The art direction?
I like the art direction.
I wasn't a huge fan of the movie. However, every scene that Anthony Hopkins was in, I believe, I don't know how he could be wearing like giant shoulder pads with a feathery helmet. Like when he casts Thor out, I almost cried because Anthony Hopkins is so believable.
I wouldn't have minded, except it's just the art direction thing. Same thing with Captain America.
You know, Captain America is the movie that pisses me off the most because it was so close to being awesome. If it was just a little grittier, then it would have been. I don't know. That last scene was pretty darky. I'm gonna get a rain check. I know I'm Captain America. I know I could jump out. I know I could solve this.
I could suspend my disbelief while I was watching it, but then I started thinking about it afterwards, and I was like...
I like the Captain America movie. I'm willing to forgive it, because, like, the whole transition from skinny Chris Evans to, like, Captain America Chris Evans was really great. I didn't particularly like the big 300 slow-motion fighting shots. I didn't like the fact that the soldiers for Hydra were, supposed to be... They had a whole opportunity to go with that real steampunk.
Wait, are we doing spoilers?
No, this is from Captain America.
What's the rule for spoilers? There's a rule, like... If it's a major picture and it's been more than X amount of time, and if you're watching a video or looking on a comment thread related to it, then like after like 3 months or something, it's okay.
Okay. It doesn't matter because, like, honestly, if anybody's watching a review for...
All right. Here we go. Spoiler alert.
There we go.
Spoilers taken care of.
Okay, I'm good. I didn't like the fact that, like, they didn't really embrace how cool they could have gone with all that Cosmic Cube technology mixed in with, like, the really retro...
Yeah, the art direction.
The truth is none of that bumped me out enough to not like that movie.
No, that's just it. It doesn't. But that's why Captain America, kind of like you said, pisses me off more than any of them, because it's so good that all the little just pisses me off.
So, like, what's everybody concerned about might go horribly wrong with this movie?
Too many characters, it's all going to be extreme.
I'm feeling like the thing that could go most wrong for me, Robert Downey Jr. sets the tone for everything else. I love Downey as Iron Man, and in the context of those movies, he works great. But not every character plays at that tone. Particularly, Captain America doesn't work at that level. If it's too snarky and sarcastic, it just fall apart. So, yeah, that's my big concern, is that as much as I... And the truth is, even Thor, as much as I hated the art direction for, I liked it. But that, that's it. It's like, I liked it. I'm not going to ask it out on a second date, but we might be friends. Captain America, I could see a long and loving relationship with. Iron Man was such a mixed bag because 1 was great and 2 was terrible. Actually, Iron Man is kind of like my marriage. Sometimes it's fantastic and sometimes it's just awful.
How did it go wrong with Mickey Rourke? It was like it was going to be awesome. I mean, Mickey Rourke plays some kind of crazy cross between Whiplash and like Crimson Dynamo or something like that. It just seemed like it was going to be awesome.
Whiplash and Crimson, you're just speaking foreign languages. This is my main problem going into the
biggest nerd here.
This is my main problem going into the Avengers. Didn't give a shit then. Don't really give a shit now. I'm going to the Avengers because it's the next logical step, not so much because I actually want to see it. It's like I've seen all the other ones, so it's like, now you kind of got to go see the Avengers.
Great marketing, it really is.
And honestly, I'm kind of rethinking whether I want to even go to this movie at this point. It's like I'm talking myself out of it as we're on our way to the movie. This is not a good start.
Everyone's going to be snarky like Robert Downey Jr. It's going to be really disoriented, and they're going to cram too much story.
Watching the trailer, which I'm not a trailer guy. I don't go looking for him, but I really like the way Ruffalo's playing Bruce Banner. But then I started thinking him playing across from Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, and I'm just like, and nobody else, well, maybe Chris, whatever his name is, maybe he could balance the scene out, but they're just playing at 2 totally opposite ends of the spectrum. Yeah, granted, that's from a trailer, so I'm not going to get bent out of shape if my
I'm kind of wondering how much face time Jeremy Renner's going to have.
God, I hope he gets more than they're...
Well, because he's going to be kind of arrogant and snarky too.
I don't know. I mean, I love Renner.
I really like Hawkeye. That's funny because not a lot of people actually really like that character, but I really have always.
I don't even know.
I love that Hawkeye is the one where they were like, that suit, we ain't doing that on screen.
Yeah.
Where did that suit even come? Like, what was the logic going into design? That's comic book logic for you. In a comic book, it never occurs to you, why is he dressed like that?
I'm sure that in the beginning, Hawkeye probably had his own series originally or something like that. I'm stoked about Jeremy Renner. I really am.
No, I am too. But at the same time, it's like, I know nothing about Hawkeye. I know that he uses a bow and arrow. When I saw Thor, it wasn't until I was talking about it with you the next day, and you were like, didn't you love how they introduced Hawkeye? And I was like, holy that was Hawkeye. Because I knew it's Jeremy Renner, so I was like, okay, well, this has to be significant on some level that they've got a major star in here playing this minor character. This has to play somehow into the Avengers thing, right? But it never occurred to me that it was Hawkeye.
Oh, dude, I geeked out so bad. He goes from the gun and reaches for the bow, and I'm like, oh, Hawkeye!
Boing!
Yeah. Exactly. And then, of course, it's Jeremy Renner. Right, they show his face, and you're just like, holy crap, that's awesome.
All right, off to see the Avengers.
And so it begins.